nothing until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $8,000 on this 2026 Sierra 1500 model. We are professional grade.
Jack's Hot Mess is back for an encore with spicy jalapenos, onion rings, and gooey pepper jack cheese.
And that's How I Met Your Mom.
Get it now.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
Dreaming of the perfect family trip?
Who are you?
Penny, Priceline's AI travel assistant.
How about Eco Resort, free breakfast, zipline?
Done.
Yes.
Priceline.
Rockets basketball on SCHN is brought to you by Rooms to Go. Get one-stop shopping plus decorating made easy. That's Rooms to Go. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Again, 30 assists tonight for the Rockets, only 8 turnovers, 18 to 42 from 3. Reed Shepherd, a career high, 9 threes. The Rockets, with this win, are now their magic number to clinch a playoff spot is just 1. And again, they take care of business in a game that perhaps maybe was a little bit too close for comfort, but they still take it 119 to 113. Now the Rockets are home again on Friday night as they welcome in the Utah Jazz. Our coverage will begin with Rockets pregame starting at 6:30. And so for Ryan Hollins, Vanessa Richardson, and our great crew here in Houston, I am Craig Ackerman. A reminder, don't go anywhere because Rockets postgame presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors with Vanessa and Calvin. We'll start right after this.
Morial Herman, we believe healthcare's biggest challenges are solved by asking even bigger questions.
How do we keep students healthy so our grades don't slip?
By establishing health centers to provide medical and dental care in schools.
In a city this large, how can we get critical care where it's needed?
When every second matters, our cutting-edge helicopters bring advanced trauma care to you. By solving healthcare's biggest challenges with even bigger solutions, Memorial Herman is advancing health and care for generations to come.
Hey, playing for an ultra?
We're playing for ultras. Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it.
Don't forget, there's ultras on the line.
Woo. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Well, we've all gotten good at stirring the pot.
You know, maybe we find time for a little potluck. Bring those red beans with the andouille, bring pastas and kielbasa's, and seriously, we all can't just get along for a few hours? That's a crock. Just gotta go gloves on. Johnsonville in, and keep it juicy. Wait, what? A sausage that tastes like Dr. Pepper? Are there no rules?
The Ford Bronco Sport is an excellent value. I want to drive this one as long as I possibly can, so I purchased it with that in mind.
I got a really good price on it. It has the features, the look, the technology. It has everything I want.
I want quality, reliability. The Ford Bronco Sport does all of that. Best in Texas, hands down.
Now lease Bronco Sport for just $399 a month with $0 down. Includes complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Big time, best time, all the time. Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
Whoa, any pizza and any toppings for just $9.99.
We got Domino's.
3 different types
types of cheeses.
Any size pizza, any topping.
This is great. I mean, this deal ends Monday, so I'm about to go crazy too. At Monday.
Welcome back. Rockets postgame presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. That is the final score. 119-113. It might have been a little closer than we would have preferred, but hey, you know what they say, a win is a win. Let's go right to our Fun Can't Lose presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. You already know what this is. Reed Shepard for 3. He had 9 3-pointers tonight. That is a career high. He just told me post-game his teammates continued to find him. He is confident. He looks so comfortable. Calvin Murphy, I know you were just sitting up here loving him.
Let me tell you something. I should go on his payroll just like you, man. You know, but the fact of the matter is, you got to give him credit, obviously, for hitting those big threes and some long distance. But the Rockets did a nice job spreading the floor, not allowing the defense to be able to come over once they started moving that ball and get in his rhythm. The thing that we talk about so much about a shooter, if your legs are strong and you got confidence, this is the kind of night you're going to have. 9 3-pointers, and he was just warming up when the game was over.
Yeah, I mean, he's one away from breaking the Rockets or tying the Rockets franchise record in threes. It's just incredible when you really take inventory of where he's at right now in his career, how good he looks when he's starting, how good he looks when he's coming off the bench. Hi, everybody. Again, I'm Vanessa. This is the Hall of Famer, Calvin Murphy. The Rockets needed this win. The magic number is now 1 to secure that playoff spot. What do you like the most about their performance tonight?
Well, first of all, I think they understand the severity of having to play well to win these games.
Yep.
Number one, you got to understand that the Rockets have a reputation of being a good team. So when teams come in, they're bringing their A game. So the Rockets have got to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. That's number one. Number two, what you want to do is you want to hurry up. I guess, 6 games left? Win that one game to secure the spot where you can start getting some rest going into the playoffs.
All right, let's head to the press conference room and hear from head coach Ime Udoka.
Coach, it seems like this team is looking, in the half court at least, it looks a little more fluid over the last 2 games. Is it down to just the shot making, or are there things that these guys are doing differently?
That we are doing differently, you said? Yeah. It is some shot making from some guys that struggle at times, but no, I think the combination we're looking for balance, and we know we got some good isolation guys, we got some good pick and roll players and post up guys, but want to be better in half court execution. Want to play a little bit faster, so we're getting out and running a little bit more. Obviously, defense steals the lead to that as well, but then off ball is our biggest area of improvement. Besides taking care of the ball, I think that's 3 games in a row now, 6-8 and 7 turnovers tonight. So besides late shot clock violations, and so that's much better there. And just trying to check all those boxes and put some games together going into playoffs.
I was going to ask you about that, Coach, kind of following up on the turnovers and how you guys are taking so much better care of the ball. What do you guys, I know you've talked a lot about consistency. Does it come down to that, or just that and focus?
I would say being strong with the ball, knowing where your outlets are, and then getting out of certain actions that are hurting us at times. And so you avoid putting guys in certain positions. We can take care of the ball better, and I think guys are making a concerted effort when teams go after the blitz to sprint to their spacing, give Kevin and Alperen outlets, and we're attacking a little bit more aggressive out of that. Not the best tonight, especially late. Some of the miscues we had there, and not being as aggressive as we needed to, but nonetheless, we got shots up instead of turnovers.
Milwaukee came in with a ton of injuries, a team that on paper you guys were better than. When you look at a narrow result like this, are you more encouraged by the fact that you guys pulled it out late, or are you more frustrated by the fact that it was so close late?
I would say both. We had a 20-point lead and 15 at a time, and just kind of some sloppy play and lack of defense allowed them to get back into it. We missed a lot of wide open shots that, they were kind of giving up, and they made some tough shots. So, you look at 17 made threes for them, although we hit 18. That was part of it. It's tough against certain teams with nothing to lose, coming in playing free. But encouraging the other way that we've lost some games like this year. But we'd like to maintain those leads and, not watch them dwindle.
Reed hit 9 3-pointers tonight. Did you see him shooting the ball with a lot of confidence?
Yes, even on the ones he missed, some really good looks, he was ready to fire again. And I would say overall, just say, off-shooting nights by some of the guys. Kevin had great looks, and Jabari going 2 for 8. Tari 1 for 7. A lot of wide open looks in the zone, and he knocked those down. It's a little bit different of margin, but loved Reed's aggressiveness. Playing on and off ball, whether he was handling or being a recipient of some passes in the zone. We're gonna need that from him.
In that third quarter and a little bit early on in that fourth quarter, they were able to get to the paint with ease. Was that due to the fact that they had hit so many three-pointers? I think they hit 10 three-pointers in the third quarter. Did your defensive scheme have to change a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. We stayed locked in a little bit more. They were getting downhill and some offensive rebounds that led to kickouts, and so we wanted to stay more locked into the shooters, allowed them to get to the basket, and I think obviously Jang had a big game and scored on pretty much everybody, but got to the basket way too easy at times. And so, it's give and take. When a team hits that many threes, with some guys you'll live with some shots, you got to adjust it on the fly. And we tried to take that away. I think we did, obviously, a better job in the fourth quarter guarding the 3, but opened up the lane a little bit.
Coach, just in terms of pace, do you think that, given that this team has played at a slower pace all year, that it actually helps going into the playoffs where the game does slow down? Or how do you see that playing faster?
I mean, if your execution is good in the half court and you're taking care of the ball, great. And so there are going to be more long possessions where you have to grind it out, and that's who we've kind of been all year. And but the turnovers are the main thing: getting shots up and getting offensive rebounds and limiting turnovers, winning that possession battle. If you don't do those things, it doesn't really matter if you're playing fast or slow. And so I like the trend, the way we're trending with taking care of the ball. Obviously, it makes a huge difference in our outcomes.
Can you talk about how important it is, especially at this point in the season, to have different guys each night step up big? If it's one night it's Kevin, one night it's Alfie or Reed, how that factors into going to the playoffs?
Yeah, it's good to not just be able to play one way or be so dependent on one guy. And so we can do it multiple ways. Like I said, I think our turnovers have improved. And the half-court offense, we don't just want to be isolation, post-up, stagnant. Depending on double teams, we want to get better at the off-ball, and I think everybody else can be a recipient of that when we're playing that way. And I think our high assist numbers, taking care of the ball, and using our off-ball has been much better lately. And so that's going to lend itself to being different guys on different nights, especially when we're not drawing up specific plays for guys, a little bit of read and react, and I think the guys have improved on that throughout the year.
Coach, in the fourth quarter, you guys were able to generate some good looks off of KD double teams. What's been the biggest factor in improvement in that area?
Taking care of the ball, that's the main thing. And, not turning it over and getting it to our playmakers in the pocket or the outlets and being aggressive from there. And so, we had some great looks that we missed. Albie had one at the rim. My man had a few at the rim before he made his late. And then some kick-out threes that we missed. And so you have to trust it. And, teams are going to be able to double if they want to. It doesn't have to be him in a pick and roll. He has the ball. They can just go, hit and try to get the ball out of his hands. And we got to be better at that. And at times we have been. At times we struggle with it. And so tonight we can take care of the ball and get it to our guys and trust what's behind it. More often than not, you'll be in good shape.
What did you see on that Jabari turnover late after the missed free throw?
They threw it into their hand. Saw it from my angle. I mean, obviously you can hold it. They're doubling him. It looked very reminiscent of the Duke game. So at that point, you got timeouts, but you got some wide open people as well, and you just got to obviously throw it a little bit higher. But yeah, that's what I saw from my angle.
How do you balance the decision of, do I call a timeout there, or do I let the situation play out?
I mean, he's not doubled yet. He doesn't have a dead ball, so he can still, get out of that position, but you do have wide open people up court as well. So I guess throw it as high as you need to get it there. But knowing that we have 2 timeouts, I'm always looking for a ref to stand by as well. Thank you.
Great stuff. All right, more to come on Rockets postgame, including a great night from Alfie Reed, some effort from the bench. We're going to break it all down coming up.
Rockets postgame on Space City Home Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose.
To test the toughness of the Kia Sorento X-Pro and the Kia Sorento Turbo Hybrid, we recreated some of the wettest springs, hottest summers, windiest falls, and coldest winters to prove these three-row SUVs were built for the unstoppable. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2026 Sorento.
Whataburger's Bacon Steakhouse Double. Do you need it or do you want it? Do you need creamy steak sauce, crispy fried onions, aged cheddar, and crunchy bacon? Or do you want creamy steak sauce, crispy fried onions, aged cheddar, and crunchy bacon? And want even is a want if we want the want so badly that the want becomes a need. How should I know? I just push the card. Enjoy your burger.
Creamy, crispy, crunchy. The Whataburger Bacon Steakhouse Double is back. Download the app.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
Whoa, any pizza and any toppings for just $9.99?
We got Domino's.
3 different types of cheeses.
Any size pizza, any toppings?
This is crazy.
I mean, this deal ends Monday, so I'm about to go crazy too at Domino's.
Another solid night for Kevin Durant. It is so predictable at this point. Teams are just going to try to blitz him and shut him down, but he was still able to get 19 points, and he had 9 assists. Really cool to see him facilitating. It is our Kia player profile. Calvin, what did you see from Kevin tonight? Again, you heard Reed in my post-game with him. He really liked that his teammates were setting him up. One of those teammates was Kevin Durant.
Well, you know, when you talk about Kevin's game, I can't believe he keeps his cool as much as he does. No, seriously, the way they be holding and pushing and fighting, and he still maintains his composure to stay eventually into the game. So he understands the way defenses are playing him. So the first thing he does when they're double teaming him,
wide open,
is giving the ball away. So now, consequently, situations like this happens. Now, other teams may start scoring. They got the double team or, shift their defense over a little bit. How do you leave him wide open like that?
They had shifted to Reed at that point. Reed had the hot hand, but you know what, Kevin Durant? He's got a pretty hot hand himself.
He had 19 points tonight, which is
he said me?
Which is a subpar game for him, but a great game for a lot of other people. But, the fact of the matter is he can get his shot when he wants it. I like the fact that he's concerned about his teammates, getting them involved in the game early to make it easier for him as the game goes on.
Absolutely. And one of the cool things about when Reed or any Jabari, when they heat up, it gives Kevin not only a little bit of a break, but it gives him a chance to show off facilitating and setting other guys up, which he still enjoys at this point in his career.
Well, that's a good point you brought up, because everybody looks at him as just a shooter because he scores so much. But the fact of the matter is he's showing that he still has a well-rounded game. He can rebound. He's getting the ball to the right people at the right time.
Right.
Defensively, he's doing a nice job supporting around the basket. So, yeah, you're right. He is still trying to show that he is a all-around basketball player, not just a shooter.
Absolutely. All right, well, Reed was hot tonight, and coming up on Rockets postgame, we're going to go to the press conference room and hear from Mr. Shepard after he got his career high in three-pointers. 9 threes tonight for Reed. We'll hear from him next.
I'm homeowner. I didn't know what to do when my insurance claim got underpaid. My insurance company only offered me $9,000, and that didn't seem right after everything I'd paid in premiums. So I called Daly and Black. They fought for me and won over $2.5 million.
Strength that responds. Refinement you can feel. And tech that anticipates. Welcome to the Genesis GV70. Get the GV70 for 2.99% APR for 60 months. Exclusively at your Houston area Genesis retailers.
We've done it. We cracked the code to the zombie virus.
Great news, because I've got a hole in my suit.
You should switch to First Service Credit Union. You get daily cash back on every debit card purchase and a bunch of extra perks like telehealth, all included with your account.
You get all that with a debit card?
No, I get all that with First Service Credit Union.
Can I borrow that?
Yeah, you're gonna be here a while.
Get daily cashback checking with power-up perks. Switch to First Service Credit Union.
My taxes pay for these roads. What I get back goes to my family. That's where Straight Talk Wireless comes in. Straight Talk's always been the same price since they started back in 2009. And they always offer free 5G phones for new and existing customers on America's most reliable 5G network. Ooh, straightforward prices.
And no potholes. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises. And now plans starting at just $25 a month.
Dorian's right here. Go ahead and pick him up. Right by the court.
What's up, Ma? How you doing?
I said good shooters never miss left or right, and great shooters never miss short. So if you're straight on target and long, you're in a good place. Hey, and that was a good bump on Jaren Jackson. I feel like we're playing good defense. Just some rebounds and some loose balls, a couple turnovers. They're small, so they're flying around. We just gotta be solid, get what we want. You guards, they play so fast, you might not be able to run to your matchup. It's more important that we all just get a guy and then guard him. Yep, all right, by yourself. Shift!
Rockets postgame on Space City Home Network is brought to you by Allen and Blake Healthman's River Oaks, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram.
And we'll welcome you back to Rockets postgame. It's time for In the Driver's Seat, presented by Allen and Blake Healthman's River Oaks, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. Alfred Şengün, 25 points tonight, 8 rebounds. Listen, no Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight, Calvin Murphy, essentially means that the Bucks, size-wise, had next to no answer for Şengün.
Yeah, well, thank goodness. But the fact of the matter is, in situations like this, Alfie always plays his very best. He has certain players that he gets geared up for, and Giannis is one of them. Since he wasn't there today, he just took it out on everybody else that was around that basket. As you know, it's very difficult because of his footwork to guard him one-on-one around that basket.
Right.
And the one thing that I like about Alfie's game is if you come over to double team him, he'll get rid of the ball quickly to wherever the help is coming from.
Yeah, he was awesome tonight. Let's take a look at the starting 5 box score. We mentioned Reed was going to be back in that starting lineup. And yeah, it's funny, you mentioned it too. It might seem like a low-scoring game for Kevin, but even like Jabari Smith Jr. scored 12 points. He was so active defensively tonight. He had 7 rebounds. He was making things happen for other guys. So another night for the Rockets, Calvin, where really all 5 of the starters have major contributions.
Well, you see, when you start having teams that talking about the Rockets right now, that everybody gets involved. You don't know who's going to be the high scorer depending on, the way the game's going right now, the way the game is going at that time. It's difficult to come up with any defensive plan to try to stop any one individual, especially if you got a fellow like Kevin on the floor. You've got to watch him. But if that ball is being moved around and you're just concentrating on him, everybody else is going to kill you, like Reed did tonight. What
a great transition. Let's go to the Rockets press conference room and hear from Reed Shell.
9 3-pointers on the night. Reed, how confident were you? Did you know coming into this game that that you felt very confident shooting your shot tonight?
No different than any other game. I was coming in confident as usual, and just ready to play, excited to play. Second night of a back-to-back, so it's tough to get up and get going, but just fighting through that and just coming and being ready to play.
Over these last couple of games that you all have won, have you seen any difference as far as the ball movement is concerned on the offensive side of the ball?
For sure. We're playing free. I think everybody's playing with a lot of confidence right now. We're getting really, really good shots. We're sticking with what's working, and just playing really, really simple basketball. Making the extra one more. Guys are giving high fives, doing all that stuff. Everyone's smiling, happy, playing. So it's been a lot of fun the last couple games for sure.
2 games in 2 nights. You come off the bench for the first, you started the second. How different is, especially with you being a shooter and that being such a rhythm thing, how do you make sure that you're maintaining your rhythm either way?
Yeah, it's not a big difference. Starting or not starting, it doesn't really matter. It's all just about going out there and being ready to play. Whether it's starting the game or going in at 6 minutes, 4 minutes, whenever. Just being ready to play and trying to make an impact from the beginning, offensively and defensively.
Do you change your routine at all based on whether you're starting or coming off the bench?
No, I do everything the same.
Hey, Reed, great game tonight. What does it mean to you to have a career night, with 8 threes, and then the second part of that question, 9 threes, excuse me. And on top of that, with 6 games left in the season, what do you think has elevated the most from the beginning of the season till now?
I think everyone's just playing so free right now. Everyone's playing free. Really, really good basketball. I mean, everyone's making the right play, the simple play. I feel like we're coming together at the right moment. We've had spurts in the whole season that we've played really well, but these last couple of games I feel like we've put together, 4 really good games. So just keep, carrying that momentum into the postseason.
Reed, you and Tari have been that rotating 5th starter this season. How much have you two been there for each other as far as encouraging each other when one starts and when one doesn't?
Yeah, a lot. And it's not just me and Tari. It's everybody. Everyone's encouraging everybody. No matter what it is. If Tari's starting, everybody's happy. Everyone's doing what they're doing. If I'm starting, it's the same thing. Me and Tari have talked to each other, and neither one of us care who starts. As long as the game is just going good, it doesn't matter to us. We just want to win and play the game. So it doesn't matter. We talked about it the other day at practice. It was funny, and we both kind of had the same response. That was just like, hey, it's your turn. Go do what you do. Be aggressive. Go out there and make an impact. And then, tonight he was saying the same thing to me. So it doesn't matter either. Whoever starts, the whole team, and for sure me and Tar are going to be complimenting each other and pushing for each other.
So good vibes.
For sure, great vibes.
The starting lineup with you in it has had, I think, like 7 games now. What have you thought about the improvement that you guys have had from game 1 to game 7?
I think it's not just me in the lineup. I think it's like I've said, the whole team is growing and getting more and more comfortable playing with each other on the floor, and just making the right basketball play, and everyone is playing very confident right now.
6 assists, no turnovers. As a whole, you guys have really cut down on the turnovers the last few games. What's led to that, and what does it allow you guys to do as a team?
Yeah, like I've said this whole time, it's all a lot of it's just from confidence and playing simple. And when you make the right plays and you have 5 guys or 4 guys around you that know how to play and that are really, really good basketball players, just making the right play has a huge advantage for any offense.
Reed, how good does it feel for you guys to be, as you said, kind of getting things together at the right time? Only 6 games left, headed to the playoffs. What kind of momentum and confidence does that give you guys, really, as a whole team?
Yeah, it's huge. On and off the court, just the vibes have been great, and it's like you said, going into the playoffs is huge to get as much momentum as you can, and just continuing to learn and stick with it.
Reed, what encouragement has Fred VanVleet, or just the impact of him this season with you, playing the role that you are right now? What encouragement has he spoken to you this year so far?
Yeah, a lot. Freddie's been unbelievable, whether it's film, on court, you know, just talking during the games, whatever it is, little things. And, you know, he's been a huge help. And, you know, there was I forget which game it was, but during shoot around, you know, we were away and we went through he was kind of putting me through like a little 20-minute workout, and just little things like that you wouldn't think would mean that much or help. It does. And, you know, he's been a huge help for sure. Thanks, guys.
Great stuff from Reed on an awesome night. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built stronger. Built louder. Built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Toyota. Let's go places.
What if you were expecting and got unexpected news? Your heart valve isn't working properly. Some propose an invasive open heart surgery, but your innovative Houston Methodist team has an alternative plan. They create a tiny incision to replace your heart valve and save 2 lives. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. For you, Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe. But life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Saving Texas money is what State Insurance does. Brian saved $300. Kimberly saved $950. We saved Jerry $1,200 on his home and auto. Now it's time for you to save.
Don't delay, call Sanders today.
Take me to the river. Drop me in the water.
With the all-new Jeep Cherokee Hybrid's 500-plus miles on a single tank, 30% more cargo space, and legendary 4x4 capability, you have everything you need to get to the river safely.
Bye, Billy.
He's doing it. But after that, you're on your own. Stay safe with 140 safety features in the all-new Jeep Cherokee Hybrid.
Why do I love Wilby? Free checking with the best perks, like early payday.
They helped us buy our first home. They're a credit union that cares about community.
There's a universe of reasons to love Welby Financial. Build, grow, thrive.
To Jabari, another one in the air. Another big make by Jabari Smith Jr.
The Rockets take on the Jazz, Friday at 6:30 on Space City Home Network.
Welcome back. It is time for the Ford Drive of the game, and we're going to go to somebody who had a great impact off the bench tonight, Josh Okogie. Kevin will go for the shot. Nope. But Okogie with the tip-in dunk. Look how hyped his teammates are. This is somebody, Calvin, doesn't matter if he's been starting, coming off the bench, how many minutes he's played. He has been a rock star for this Rockets team.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier about professionalism, understanding what your job is, regardless of how many minutes that you get. And the one thing you can count on Josh is the fact that he's going to be accurate. He's one of those players defensively. He's not worried about fouls. He knows that he has 6, and you can't save him. That's one thing. Offensively, if you back off of him, he's a good shooter. He can hit that big 3. To keep the defense honest.
Defense is something that, when the Rockets traded Dylan Brooks, they lost just a defensive menace. And I love what Josh Okogie does when he's out there. But you mentioned it, too. Offensively, when he has been in, he's had a great season. There have been some games that the Rockets would have been in a bind without him.
Oh, absolutely. The one thing about him that I also like is with his size, he still can guard 3 or 4 positions. He's quick enough, he's strong enough, and he's athletic enough to guard various people. And that's important for the Rockets defensively.
Absolutely. The standings are important as well, and what is always a tight Western Conference. So let's take a look. All right, Thunder, Spurs, Lakers, Nuggets. Rockets are at 5 right now. Minnesota Timberwolves currently sit at 6. I'm told that the Nuggets are winning currently. The play-in gets very interesting. Suns, Clippers, Trailblazers, and the Warriors. This, as we say it every year, is a stacked Western Conference, and the standings really minus that one spot. Spurs, in theory, could overtake OKC, but OKC's probably got it locked down. The standings are just oh so close in a lot of these cases.
Oh, this is the way NBA basketball should be. It should be going down to the last week of the season before anything is determined, number one. Number two, when you start looking at you have an opportunity to still get into the playoffs, that makes teams still play all the way through the season. You know, I really have a problem with, you know, teams tanking, you know, we're tanking it.
Something that Adam Silver is trying to correct.
Well,
sure.
he, you know, first of all, tickets are too high. Secondly, these fans that are absolutely their teams are what they live for.
Passionate, invested.
Passionate about it. They don't want to go to a game and see them laying down and take their heart away, because because of the tickets, a lot of these players, a lot of these teams that don't care about their fans are going to lose their fans.
That's right.
You know, I had a quick story. There was a person here that told me he has one game a year to bring 5 people. That's his wife and 3 kids. And he tries to pick a game that, you know, he's sure that everybody's going to play. Now, if a fan has got to be in that mode,
mental space,
that's bad. Every game should be what's happening right now. Should be a suspense-filled situation for the buying public.
It's going to be a really interesting summer, of course, as Adam Silver tries to fix that. We're going to hear from more players. We're going to talk about this win, put a bow on it, and of course, get you ready for that matchup with the Jazz on Friday. Great game for that young man tonight, Reed Shepherd. We'll have more on the other side of the break.
Reliant is the home of free electricity, so your home can be the home of epic bedtime stories. Beginning with the Flex Your Credits electricity plan, which gives you your 2 highest use days free every week automatically. And for a plot twist, you also get $200 in bill credits for even more savings. You could say we help put the happy and happily ever after. The Flex Your Credits electricity plan from Reliant, official energy provider of the Houston Rockets.
Every day is an opportunity to exceed expectations. At Memorial Hermann, we never stop reaching higher and strive to relentlessly raise the bar of healthcare. Not for the accolades or the recognition. It's our patients who inspire us to advance health and care for generations to come. Memorial Hermann.
Every team has a leader you can count on. For Houston, that's Mokaram Injury Lawyers. Injured? Call 281-222-2222.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit is it's juicy. Having that early in the morning, it energizes me. It gives me the boost I need. That bite you take into the biscuit and the chicken just hits you.
Real guests paid for their testimonial.
You want to file free? Hit it.
Don't wait. File before 4/15.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
Rockets postgame on Space City Home Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose.
Welcome back. That's the final score tonight as the Rockets get the win. Magic number is 1 win to seal a place in the playoffs. We got another game coming up on Friday. The Rockets will host the Utah Jazz. We will be with you at 6:30 p.m. for coverage, for our pregame coverage. And then the Utah Jazz, by the way, 11-40 since December 18th. They are currently on a 6-game losing streak. So, knock on wood, should be the way for a good way for the Rockets to get that one win that they need to secure the playoff spot. They're one of those teams that, we were just talking about tanking. They've kind of been at the center of those discussions, but certainly would be great for the Rockets to get that win against the Jazz.
Oh, absolutely. That's the one thing I also like about where the Rockets are right now, because their destiny is in their own hands. You don't have to worry about somebody else winning or losing.
Yep, absolutely. They like to be playing their best basketball at this time, and they like to be healthy. And, of course, we hope that those things can continue. Hey, we got a win tonight.
Bingo!
Got a little tight there at the end, but we got the win. Always love working with you. I will be back with Calvin on Friday against the Jazz, and we will see you all then. Thanks for watching Rockets postgame, and, of course, make sure you follow SCHN on social media. We got a ton of coverage there. We'll see you next time.
My name is Melissa, and this is my Ford Explorer ST. My family likes to travel. Podemos divertirnos y tener tiempo todos juntos y sentimos seguridad. It's a third-row SUV. It is comfortable. Having Blue Cruise take the wheel really is a game changer for long drives. Yo amo mi Ford Explorer ST.
Now lease a new 2026 Ford Explorer for just $499 a month. Includes complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 is Domino's best deal ever. Translation for basketball fans, it's like the GOAT of pizza deals. It's like down the baseline, through traffic, 360, double clutch, reverse, slam. Do I need to go on? Domino's.
APR for up to 48 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of a new 2026 Sportage.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
This week on Rockets All Access, we continue last week's interview with Robert Covington and his journey from an HBCU to the NBA in part 2 of our interview.
I love the fact that I was able to leave my imprint on the city like that, and my time here has been nothing but special.
Plus, we break down yet another Kevin Durant milestone as he passed Michael Jordan on the NBA's all-time leading scorer list.
There are now only 4 men in the history of the NBA who have scored more points than Kevin Durant.
And of course, we take a deeper look at the prayer that Amen Thompson answered.
Bounced off, tipped in, it was tipped in.
We're talking all that and a whole lot more right here, right now on Rockets All Access. Rockets All Access on Space City Home Network is presented by Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics. Hey Rockets fans, I'm Vanessa Richardson and welcome to another edition of Rockets All Access. We got a packed show, including a behind-the-scenes look at our annual Kids Day broadcast here on SCHN. But first, Let's get to the Rockets' thrilling win over the Miami Heat, a game that went down to the final moment. And Min Thompson delivering a heroic moment on a historic night for KD.
To Durant on Adebayo. KD pulls up. Wild shot. Bounced off. Tipped in.
Kevin, you just sighed and you said, oh man, you told me Min Thompson is special. How would you describe what this team just pulled off?
What a roller coaster game. I mean, Miami played great ball all night. I mean, it was an offensive game for us tonight. I like offensive games. And we came out here 16 threes, but our man was, man, way to say the day right there, man. He just came out of nowhere, win the game for us, 18 rebounds, 24 points, man. Proud of him.
Yeah, I mean, KD got to a spot. Bam was contesting, so I was like, they got nobody to, help rebound. So I was like, if this comes off, I'm gonna try to get it.
Great defense by Adebayo. Kevin gets to a spot, usually he can just rise up over guys, and they came to make a play on him, so it left some openings for guys to get in and rebound. And our men took advantage. Didn't just stand and watch. Like I said, the double was coming. Kevin kind of spun away from it and opened up some rebounding lanes.
It'd have been tough, man. No lie, if he came back to his locker room with an L. So Twin saved the day. And I remember him saying that when I hit that game winner against that team from the desert, he said that was his favorite moment as a Rocket. And I was like, nah, this got to be the one now. First, second game winner, probably first at home. So yeah, it was sweet. It was sweet to see that.
He did say this is his favorite tonight.
You did? That's the first thing I said to him when I got to him after he made that shot. He smiled ear to ear. So yeah, man, you keep stacking up them experiences, man. Wanting to make an even greater player. So I'm happy for him.
And tonight, like you said, Greg, there was nothing easy. The Heat attacked. They played fast. And again, I thought that there were all hands on deck, from the coaching staff to the adjustments, the players being willing to accept that. And then not just that, guys like Aaron Holiday stepping in, playing major minutes. Alpi sacrificed himself and then adjusted. We hadn't seen the zone in ages, but it was excellent tonight. And our guys were missing the juice, the mojo, that extra kind of.
They got it back last night.
It got back last night, and tonight may be even more important than last night because they were pressed in some tough moments, and there was a will that said, we ain't losing tonight.
As Ryan said, this team needed to get its mojo back. And before Min Thompson answered the call, it was Reed Shepherd and Jabari Smith Jr. who sparked the Rockets and powered them past the red-hot Hawks. Jabari delivered 23 points and 9 rebounds, but it was Reed's all-heart hustle play that flipped the momentum and changed everything, handing the Hawks their first loss in 11 games. Here is that moment on this week's Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics Inside Look.
Coming off the bench again.
Intercepted. Telegraph pass. The Congo. And save! Tracks back. Blocks the shot. Forces the miss. A Congo thought he had it easy too, but Reed Shepherd thought otherwise.
Reed Shepherd had a play in the first quarter where he turned the ball over and got back in defense and got the block. Does a play like that kind of set the tone for you guys for the game?
Most definitely. I think that took us to another level. For a guard to come down there and block a big like that and show that type of hustle, and that inspired us all. And like I said, that's another form of leadership. Reed coming out there, making a tough play with a turnover, with running back. That's leadership in my opinion. That's inspiring your teammates, that's inspiring the crowd, that's playing hard. And I think we all make these little plays throughout the game that could be looked at as leadership like that, So that play right there got me going, got us all going, and we're seeing what happened after that.
Jabari, coming into tonight, this Hawks team had won 11 in a row. What was the key to really dominating Atlanta tonight?
Stopping them in transition, getting back, building the wall, playing with pace on offense, and just trusting each other. We came out here determined to get it done, and we did that.
14 total made threes, and it felt like you all really found that rhythm in the third quarter. What'd you like the most about the way the offense clicked tonight?
It was just everybody had the right mindset. Everybody was trying to get each other involved. Everybody was playing with pace. Everybody making an extra pass, and that's just how we got to play. I love how we was playing on offense. The ball was moving, and that's just what we got to see more often.
Kevin, what has Amen and Jabari's consistency meant to this team?
It means a lot. I mean, the truth of the matter is, when they playing this way, we're a better team. That's simple. So that's a standard that we hold them to. That's a standard they hold themselves to. And then towards the end of the season, you've seen them step up and they played keep us afloat in games. So, you know, I feel like they can go to even another level as well. So looking forward to seeing how these next 5 or 6 games play out, and as we start to wind down the season.
KD also pitched in 23 points and 6 assists to help secure the big-time Rockets win. But that was just a small part of what's made this past week so special for the NBA's 5th all-time leading scorer. More on KD's newest milestone when Rockets All Access returns. Rockets All Access on Space City Home Network is brought to you by Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics, preferred orthopedic and sports medicine provider for the Houston Rockets. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires.
Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What'd she call her?
Oh, we actually sold the Twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Very lucrative.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
One of the biggest challenges my clients face is buying and selling a home at the same time. That's why who you work with matters. With HomeLight, we're able to help our clients buy and sell at the same time. It's the most game-changing product in real estate today.
Look at this new kitchen.
Everything is so stylish. Nice, right?
I taught you well.
Dad, you want to set this on the table?
The kitchen of your dreams.
I think I'm ready to move in.
And your mom's. At a price you didn't dream possible. IKEA. Dream the possibilities.
You could be universally loved and still completely ignored by your cat. Introducing Sheba Ignored to Adored. Get their love in 12 days, guaranteed or your money back.
Force Factor Creatine Gummies build muscle and strength, improve recovery, and boost cognitive function. Why? Force Factor Creatine Gummies contain 5 grams of clinically studied creatine monohydrate in each delicious serving. Rush to Walmart and get Force Factor Creatine Gummies today.
Can you hear it? Griddle season's on. National Griddle Week is here and you don't want to miss it. You'll love breakfast, lunch, and dinner all on a Blackstone. Cook anything, anytime, anywhere with America's best-selling griddle. Go to your nearest Blackstone retailer or blackstoneproducts.com and celebrate National Griddle Week with Blackstone.
These milestones always have me reflecting on the people that helped me get to this point, the journey that I've been through. I always love being mentioned with the greats of all time. I'm representing them every time I step out on the floor, so this is major.
Rise up, the shot and the make, and there it is, history for Kevin Durant, 31,000. 3 ball, down the hatch, his 5th, 29 for Durant. Durant for 3. Yes, he got it! Kevin Durant gives the Rockets the lead. More history for Kevin Durant as he just passed the incomparable Wilt Chamberlain. Kevin Durant has moved past the greatest Maverick of them all, Dirk Nowitzki.
Congrats, KD. Keep it going. Move up a couple more spots.
Oh, goodness! And that's 32,000 career points. Jones will go. Jones will shoot over the top.
Welcome back to Rockets All Access. As you just saw, this season has been nothing short of historic for KD. He eclipsed 32,000 career points, delivered clutch game winners, and passed legends like Wilt Chamberlain and Dirk Nowitzki on the NBA's all-time scoring list. But his latest milestone may top them all, because this one didn't just make history, it placed him ahead of his all-time favorite player, Michael Jordan.
Shepard around the Shingu pick to Durant in the corner.
Man, it means a lot. I'm just grateful to do it here in front of the great fan base who showed me so much love. You know, support me every game. I'm just grateful to be here. Man, what a journey it's been. I'm looking forward to keeping it going.
We have built a bond throughout the season. These guys getting to know me as an individual, as a player and vice versa. So, you know, they right there supporting me every step of the way. And showed me so much love when I got to the locker room, threw all the water bottles on me. Never got to shower in the locker room after the game, of course, so that was cool to have that moment with the team.
I mean, it's you know, an honor for everybody to kind of be a part of that, and you know, all these accolades that are getting passed. I don't think he cares much about it in the moment. You know, it's a bit focused on the season and what we're trying to accomplish. And passing a name like Michael Jordan is obviously a huge accomplishment, and we celebrated that with him. Great to do it on a win, and you know, I'm sure he'll have some more to kind of chop off next.
I mean, that's legendary. Just being on a team with like greatness like that, it's inspiring for sure. And witnessing him like break these records, it's been cool to watch.
It's crazy, you know. It's crazy. You hear the name Michael Jordan, and you're like, all right, that's the best player ever. And then you see Kevin passing him and stuff and scoring, which is crazy. But no, Kevin's a great player, a great teammate. You know, so I'm happy to be out there on the court and watch him do what he does.
My generation, we grew up watching Michael Jordan. He is the standard for success in not just the NBA, but essentially all of sports. And for Kevin to pass him up in any category, when you do that, it is special. That says so much about Kevin's career.
Do you see yourself playing long enough to be able to maybe move up a little bit more? Or is it just however the game goes?
I don't want to stop now, sorry. I don't. It's not my goal to pass anybody. If it happens, it happens. I'll go out there and play my game and enjoy being an NBA player for as long as I can. And we'll see what happens.
Speaking of greatness, LeBron and KD added another chapter to their storied rivalry, meeting twice last week when the Lakers came to Toyota Center. It was a rare clash of two all-time legends and elite scorers, defined by legacy, unforgettable matchups, and a mutual respect that's always on display wherever they share the floor.
You can try to show him different looks about the game. I mean, he's one of the greatest players we've ever seen play. I mean, obviously, so just got to try to show him different looks, try to keep him off balance, and when he shoots, hope he misses.
The Miami version of you was the hardest player he ever had to guard. Are any versions of Kevin, would you say, the hardest player that you've had to guard?
I mean, every version. I mean, he continues to get better and better and better. I mean, obviously, him in Golden State was you know, super dynamic because you just couldn't put multiple bodies in front of him because of the threat of Clay and Steph at all time. You know, so that was super dynamic, and also his time in Brooklyn too. When you know, obviously a little bit of the smaller sample, but when Kyrie and James was out there, you couldn't put multiple bodies. Anytime you can't put multiple bodies in front of a great like that has that ability to score the ball is very, very challenging, you know. And also we had our battles in the finals too. I mean, obviously, listen, even when he was young and, you know, when him and Russ and James, he's never not been great at basketball. So, every version.
All right, time for our first break. When Rockets All Access returns, we'll bring you part 2 of our special interview with former Rocket Robert Covington as he reflects on his time in Houston and shares more from his new documentary. Stay tuned.
And that is the very thing that I want people to understand and take away from my documentary. You are the creator of your own story. Don't nobody else have the pen but you.
Hey kids, want to be a part of something big? Join the Astros Buddies Club, presented by HEB, the official kids club of the Houston Astros. Members 12 and under get 4 tickets to select Astros games, plus awesome gear, a drawstring bag, a widget hat, socks, shoe charms, and a cool lanyard. You'll also have chances to be a part of exclusive experiences like autograph sessions, clinics, parades, and more. All this for just $45. Sign up at astros.com/buddies and become part of the team today.
Don't know how to handle all this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for all your home projects. Hire the right pro today.
First shot of the game is Jabari Smith shoots. Shepard, good look, makes the three. That's his third in the first half. 3 threes already. Durant in rhythm, the three up and down. Biggest three for Houston. Nasty little pullback by Reed Shepard, and he buries the three. Yes, he can. His third three already. He's open. The three. Got it! An amazing start for the Rockets. 7 of 7.
I went skydiving. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Blue Mansion. And I loved deeper, and I spoke sweeter, and I gave forgiveness I've been denying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying.
Rockets All Access on Space City Home Network is brought to you by Whataburger. Your favorite burger whenever you want it, Whataburger is open 24/7, just like you like it. Welcome back to Rockets All Access. Robert Covington, a Tennessee State University graduate and former Houston Rocket, teamed up with PBS to tell his journey from TSU to the NBA in the new documentary Allergic to Failure, the Robert Covington story. Here's part 2 of our exclusive interview as he reflects on his time in Houston and shares his vision for the future of HBCUs.
This is where it all began. Having the opportunity my rookie year, being the final roster pick, being out a veteran on top of that. That was amazing. I didn't think that, like, what's coming next. And then I go down to the GBs instead of sitting on the bench and just having to sit around. They really invested in their rookies into development. And the G League was phenomenal for me. Fast forward 2020, when I come back as a Rocket, now we in small ball era, and I'm thriving, I'm having fun, I'm literally playing some of the best basketball that I've played. Like, I see things where people are saying on Twitter that, you know, I saved the playoff series against OKC, you know, by my play and everything. I love the fact that, like I said, I was able to leave my imprint on the city like that, and my time period has been nothing but special. What sticks out to me is the amount of things I've had to overcome. There's a lot of stories that's untold in it because it's things to be shared on a different platform. Like, we weren't able to fit everything in this documentary. So there's going to be things that come after this to tell the full scale of things. It's just the amount of perseverance, the amount of resiliency, the amount of hard work, the amount of commitment, the struggles, trials, tribulations, all of those different things that speaks to how much I have went through as a person, as a player, like the amount of things I overcame mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I haven't really talked about how much stuff I've actually been through because of, you know, we're taught, we're looked at as superheroes, but at the end of the day, we're human. What I hope people take away from watching the doc is you are the writer in your own story. And that I've been told everything you can think of. From you're not good enough, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're too soft, you're too weak, you're too small, you're too this, you're too that, you do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. People wrote me off, people did this, people did that. But yet, I was put into position to literally change the narrative of what everybody was saying, how they felt. And that is the very thing that I want people to understand and take away from my documentary. You already created your own story. Don't nobody else have the pen but you. Ain't nobody else sit up here and do that but you. And that's what I want people to take most. I did that for myself, and literally my story has been written. Like, I'm here coming from HBCU for a reason, to tell a story and shine light on a bunch of different things. But also that the main thing is that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. You are the creator. So create your story.
Thanks to Robert for joining us, and don't miss Allergic to Failure, the Robert Covington story, now streaming on the PBS app. And stay tuned. Up next, we're wrapping things up with this week's edition of the Whataburger Top Plays of the Week.
At Memorial Hermann, we believe healthcare's biggest challenges are solved by asking even bigger questions.
How do we make sure there will be enough healthcare workers in the future?
By partnering to create a groundbreaking high school that prepares students to work in healthcare upon graduation.
How do we give more women access to pre- and postnatal care?
With a mobile care team that meets you where you are. By solving healthcare's biggest challenges with even bigger solutions, Memorial Hermann is advancing health and care for generations to come.
According to the Homeowners Association Bylaws Manual, residents shall refrain from using power tools before 7 a.m. Good thing it's 7:01. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Find savings on Echo this spring at the Home Depot and Echo dealers.
This is a story about the one. The one who looks to Grainger to make sparks fly. Getting it done right is a craft. It takes experience, the right material, and the right partner like Grainger with a wide range of professional-grade products. For the one, working hard means others can play even harder. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Stream your teams direct with Space City Home Network Plus. Download today at SCHNplus.com. The Rockets take on the Jazz. Friday at 6:30 on Space City Home Network.
You're watching Space City Home Network, the home for Rockets basketball.
Rockets All Access on Space City Home Network is brought to you by Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics, preferred orthopedic and sports medicine provider.